Unless you've been living in some fancy cave, which we think is enviable by the way, you'd no doubt have heard about one or more of these natural language processors. We are talking about the popular OpenAI's ChatGPT, Google's Bard, and Microsoft's Bing. However, if you haven't heard about them, what you need to know is they are large language AI models that assist users in generating human-like responses to their queries and provide useful information and insights. Simply put, they are conversational chatbots. They are extremely useful tools utilized by designers, marketing experts, students, researchers, and professionals in different fields of work. They are especially beneficial for content creators and technical writers as they improve their efficiency by generating technical documentation and producing more content in less time. They're also great for enhancing accuracy by correcting grammatical errors and can summarize and paraphrase information effectively. You'd definitely find these AI tools useful if you're a technical writer. But it's important to always fact-check the content generated by these AI natural language processors. Now, for the moment you've all been waiting for. We want to find out just how efficient these AI conversational chatbots are and in what context they thrive or outshine the others. It's also important to remember that AI language models are probabilistic systems generating responses based on statistical regularities in their training data and not deterministic like regular software. Asking the same question multiple times may not result in the same answer, and how the question is phrased can affect the response, prompting follow-ups for better accuracy. In this video, we'll be testing popular AI natural language processors by asking them a series of questions to gauge their capabilities. Let's get started. We're starting with a simple task, a gaming question. This should be easy. It's in natural territory. So here, we asked ChatGPT, who is stronger between Scorpion and Liu Kang in Mortal Kombat? It provided a basic description of their skills, which is pretty good, but vague. Let's hit that with a follow-up question. However, if you had to pick, who would win a combat between Scorpion and Liu Kang? More vague answers. Talk about a chatbot that doesn't want to pick a side. It's fine. Let's check out Bing. We'll leave it at the default, more balanced conversational style. Okay, now we're talking. Bing goes into more detail and backs it up with references. So one advantage Bing has is it takes information from the web and it is using OpenAI's GPT-4, while the version of ChatGPT we're using is the model that relies on its training data that isn't beyond 2021. Fun fact, even if you're using the upgraded version of ChatGPT, that is the GPT-4 model, with the plugins, you'd still get completely different answers from Bing, and they are both using the same versions. Enough said, let's see what Bard has to say. So Bard gives me reasons for its answers based on its outline of their strengths and weaknesses. However, some of these weaknesses, would we really call Scorpion reckless or Liu Kang overly emotional? For this round, Bing wins with 10 points because it was more precise with its answer and factual. Come on, Liu Kang is backed by the Elder Gods. The dude is on another level. Even though we know technically Scorpion can't die, right? And Bard comes in a close second with 5 points. Okay, so let's try basic physics question. This should be easy. Okay. We understand where ChatGPT is going with this answer about convection, and that makes sense. But that's not the exact answer I would have gone for. I mean, the gauze is metallic and they're good conductors of heat. Yeah, we know we didn't specify the material of the gauze. Let's see what Bing has to say. Oh, tricky Bing. No, sir, that's not the answer. Okay, Bard tries to justify its answer with 3 points. Bard wins this round with 10 points because it did mention that ice is a good insulator and still mentions convection, which are valid points. However, the reason the ice at the bottom of the tube doesn't melt is that water is a poor conductor of heat, so the heat applied at the top doesn't reach the bottom of the tube. ChatGPT comes in second place with 5 points for this category. Okay, so next question. Let's evaluate their problem-solving skills with this basic math question. ChatGPT got that right. Bing even rounded up the wrong answer? Thanks, but no. And Bard is wrong as well. They both seem to have forgotten to add the initial 2,450 emails to the second week. Clearly, ChatGPT is the winner with 10 points. Alright, notes taken. Bard and Bing are not so great at math, so no points for them. So you know this was going to happen. Time for some cooking experimentation. What is the recipe for cooking jollof rice and fried plantains? Yeah, ChatGPT's got some great cooking skills. We approve. We're not so sure that's how would make our jollof rice, Bing. Okay, Bard advises that we fry onions for a whole 5 minutes. No way. But it does better than Bing, and it even suggests we sizzle plantains with salt. ChatGPT wins again with 10 points. That jollof rice recipe was detailed. We could almost taste the jollof rice. Almost. Delicious. Bard comes in second place with 5 points. Let's see how creative these bots are and if they can compete with technical writers. Write a blog post on the impact of AI on UI UX designers. ChatGPT's answers are accurate, well-researched, and detailed. We did like how it's tried to advise designers to utilize AI to augment their workflow. Bing gives this abridged version. It even gives examples. They all give the same examples of automation and personalization, which makes total sense. But for this round, Bard mentions specific tasks that designers perform, like prototyping and creating wireframes, and says it cannot replace them because of their ability to think creatively and make decisions. It also provides recommendations for designers to keep up with AI. Also, the other drafts are pretty great as well. But this round it's a draw as both ChatGPT and Bard win with 10 points each. How about an acrostic poem about fireflies? ChatGPT tries to achieve this, but not quite. It's a creative poem, but the third verse seems incomplete. It isn't acrostic. Bing, on the other hand, with the creative style, does a neat job. Now this looks like an acrostic poem. For Bard, it looks interesting. However, we're not entirely sure what ligh means. Even though we did find the poem created by ChatGPT and Bard a little more interesting than Bing, however, Bing understood the assignment and wins with 10 points, as it literally created an acrostic poem with the word fireflies. It's a draw for both Bard and ChatGPT, 5 points each. We remain completely impressed with their answers. Time for some riddles. These are brain teasers. ChatGPT gets them all. Okay, so does Bing. And Bard in all its 3 drafts. Alright, they all win with 10 points in this category. Nice. Let's try their abilities to perform tasks. We've seen people use these chatbots to debug codes, build simple ping-pong games, and maybe complex ones, and even create other chatbots. So let's do that. Giving ChatGPT a little context. Assuming you were a developer, write HTML and CSS code that would create a 100 pixel by 100 pixel blue button with the word lion written in Helvetica font, such that when the button is clicked, the image of a lion appears. It segments the code and adds a little JavaScript. Let's copy and paste it on CodePen. And yes, that's the blue button. And the lion, it works. Let's do a follow-up request and have it change the font to Gilroy and the text to pet. Then have it show a different animal when the button is clicked. Yeah, that works well. Now let's try all that on Bing, still using the creative style. Let's use JSBean as our code editor. Yep, that's a lion. And refine the code again. Yes, it still works. And let's try Bard. So Bard says it isn't able to help with coding just yet, but can answer complex questions. For this round, it's a draw again for both Bing and ChatGPT with 10 points each. Bard comes in third place as it isn't yet capable of coding. Alright, final tasks. Let's check their interpretation and interaction skills. Let's have them respond to this email in a bossy way. Okay, so ChatGPT interprets bossy as rude and instead provides a polite response. It also validates its response. Okay. And Bing does a good job. This response is definitely bossy and standoffish. Looks like the boss has got a vendetta against this person. Bard doesn't really give me bossy vibes with this message. It's more formal. It's even making excuses for us, even for the other drafts, and they both use the same word, disappointment, which is just the way a boss would communicate. For this round, though, Bing wins with 10 points. Bard comes in second place with 5 points, because it did make an attempt to answer our question, while ChatGPT gets no points for not exactly responding to our question. The results are in and ChatGPT comes in first place with 60 points, while Bard and Bing are both in second place with 50 points each. What we discovered from this experiment is that ChatGPT has great analytical skills and is able to draw accurate deductions. Bing has an advantage as it interfaces with the web to find answers, while Bard has been pretty impressive with its ability to respond to questions. These AI natural language processors are constantly learning and improving, so our verdict is nowhere definitive. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications to be alerted when we share new content. Check out our video on how to use ChatGPT for technical writing.